As someone who critiques media, something that I keep in mind at all times is that not everything will appeal to me. And even if they don't admit it, this applies to everyone. You can say, I like anime, but you don't like every anime. In fact, there's probably a specific kind of anime that you don't like. For example, let's say you love Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, and so on. Long-running action shonen with lots of big fights. And then you watch Bakemonogatari, a show with incessant amounts of dialogue and very, very little action. It'd be one thing to accept that it's a different show that you're not used to and therefore not comfortable with, but it'd be another thing to say that it's a bad anime because it doesn't have a lot of fights. And if you're the kind of person to do that, then do me and everyone else a favor, go to your local bakery or grocery store, buy yourself a fresh pie, and immediately smash your face into it like the clown that you are. I myself am not without flaws. There are some anime that I've seen that weren't bad, but I didn't like watching them. If you asked me what I thought about Given last season, I would actually have a lot of positive things to say about it without many negatives. But I didn't enjoy it, because it's a slow-moving romantic drama. It's natural and not about much beyond what the characters think of each other. I like anime for its absurdity, for what I would consider out of bounds from what works in the real world. Not that I don't enjoy realism in anime, in fact many of my favorites have incredibly good, natural character development, but there needs to be something different woven into the anime's threads that will make me connect to it. Thus finally brings us to the topic of Araburu Kisetsu no Otome Domo Yo, the latest bout from melodrama's poster girl Mario Kata. It's about 4 high school girls learning about sex.
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die.
We watch them in their day-to-day lives as they form, or at least try to form, romantic relationships with the opposite sex. And they learn a lot about themselves based on their experiences. They have emotional reactions to stressful situations, as well as positive personal victories. They have personal motivations and desires. They're really just like normal people. Please enjoy this picture of a gray owl as a complimentary token for surviving this part of the video that is intentionally made to be as boring as possible. Araburu, that's a really weird name to say. Araburu is grounded in realism, but it's a comedy. The way it tells its story is absurd, often being outright ridiculous for all the right reasons. While it's not any sort of Nichijou tier over animated slapstick bombardment or anything, there's a lot that goes on within this anime that's just wild. I'm trying not to be specific, because a big part of my enjoyment with this show was the moment-to-moment story beats with its surprise reveals and twists. I'll spoil the first episode. So the main character, Kazusa, is childhood friends with this generic Karen Protag looking motherfucker. They live next door and they're on good enough terms where they can walk into each other's houses freely. So Kazusa's mom makes dinner for her friend. She goes to deliver it. When he doesn't answer the door, she goes to meet him upstairs. The scene is toned quietly, and the stage is dimly lit, giving the impression that something is wrong. Now, because I have this cynical comedy brain, I'm thinking, he's upstairs jerking off! Because I've seen enough anime to know that that's never actually the answer. Anime often strays away from that kind of stuff. I'm just shit posting in my head. And then Kazusa goes upstairs and catches them jerking off! This is a pattern that I experienced several times when watching Araburu. Me thinking about something funny and stupid, and then the show reading my mind. And so you're surrounded on all sides by these crazy, goofy plot threads. And again, the show really is trying to be funny. Like, there's a character who gets triggered by the word sex and wants to replace it with something else. So the other characters come up with A+ innuendos like Holy Wars. The comedy and drama of Araburu aren't two sides of a coin. They're well blended together. Even some of the more serious moments can be funny because, well, they just are. Like, again, the main character being first exposed to sex in the real world by seeing her friend jack it to some porno on a train because he really likes trains. What the fuck is that? And part of this blend of comedic drama is because it's, in some places, a comedy of errors, with our titular maidens sometimes making bad choices. They're not stupid, that's not fair to say. They're more like misguided. I mean, they are stupid, but they're young. They're crazy hormonal high school teenagers, and their stupid teenage brains are going through some rather mature mental changes rather quickly. And that's part of the fun with Araburu. You're watching them go down some dark paths, and it's like, you don't want them to do that, but you want them to succeed in some weird way. Like, not succeed in the way they're trying to succeed, but you want them to be okay because they're not bad people. Okay, except maybe that one character. Fuck her. But you want them to get their acts together and get what they're actually searching for. Maybe deep down you want them to fail because that's part of growing and learning. And some of these girls really deserve a rude awakening to their crazy schemes. They're really good characters, and I liked watching them a lot, even if what they're doing isn't a morally good thing to do. But their flaws are a huge part of why they're such good characters. Araburu is funny, it's ridiculous, and towards the end it gets chaotic, but it's likable, and it's relatable. I mean, I'm not a high school girl, nor have I ever been, and nor do I plan on being, but I'm a person. I can understand person things. I get what this show is trying to say. And what it's trying to say is, boys are stupid, girls are also stupid, fuck everyone, but please fuck responsibly. I give Oh Maidens in your fucking season 9 fucks out of 10. By the way, just a quick PSA. I'm not gonna name any names because it's a lot of people that have done this, but I've seen them say that this is Sex Ed the anime. It's not, because there's like a difference between, you know, talking about wanting to have sex and also learning how to put a condom on and what STDs are, things like that. This would be more like a psychology class or something, I guess. I just want to clear that up because I think it's a pretty fucking stupid and irresponsible label to give this show. Stop saying things I disagree with, or else I'm going to complain about them on the internet. That's it. Thanks for watching. Toot-tooroo, motherfuckers.